What's going on YouTube? Coming back at you with another video. So this is an interesting situation. Social media is just starting to catch wind of it. Basically, if you missed it, and a lot of people did, TAXSTONE was recently on Ben Baller's podcast. I've listened to it. I wanted to discuss what I found to be the most interesting part of the interview that a lot of people are starting to talk about. So basically, TAXSTONE is asked about, how he felt about NORE doing the Drink Champs thing with Troy Ave, based on the fact that him, meaning NORE, and TAXSTONE were supposed to be cool. TAXSTONE starts talking about the situation, and actually he already addressed this before on the whole Star Brim podcast. But TAXSTONE tells another story that's very interesting. TAXSTONE is claiming that Noriega, back in the day, told him that 50 Cent was a snitch. And this is what he goes on to say. He says, back in the day, Noriega, this is what NORE allegedly told TAXSTONE, that back in the day, NORE and Ja Rule had beef. A lot of people don't know this. I've actually never heard of NORE and Ja Rule having beef, so this is new to me. NORE allegedly tells him they had beef. Not only did they have beef, but at the time, they lived next door to each other. So Noriega, Ja Rule, living next door to each other, and they've got some kind of beef going on, allegedly. Then TAXSTONE says that Noriega had only told 50 Cent that him and Ja Rule were living next to each other. Shortly after, TAXSTONE is claiming that Noriega told him that the FBI showed up at his house with papers. This is Noriega. Showed up at Nore's house with papers looking for Ja Rule, allegedly. And at that point, NORE says Ja Rule's not here. Why are you here? Or whatever the case may be. And allegedly the FBI tells him that 50 Cent, told him that he would be here or something like that. So basically saying that 50 Cent sent the feds, the FBI, to NORE's house. So this is very interesting to me. And then he goes on to talk about how, NORE told him this story, and then NORE had 50 Cent up on Drink Champs, and it kind of threw him for a loop. Like, you said he was a snitch, but you're having him on Drink Champs. And then he goes on to talk about how, well, if NORE's not in the street no more, I guess that the street rules don't apply. But this is a very interesting situation. I know this is going to cause a lot of controversy now, possibly even friction between 50 Cent and Noriega. I had no idea. I don't think anyone ever had heard this story before. This is the first time. It's coming from TAXSTONE. I'm wondering what people out there think. TAXSTONE goes on to say, let me finish with this. TAXSTONE goes on to say that he doesn't believe, 50 is a snitch, that we live in the freedom of information era where you can get information on anybody, and it's hard to hide that kind of thing. And the paperwork that we had seen before was fake. So he can't call 50 a snitch, and there's nothing backing it up. But this whole thing with NORE allegedly telling this story now is getting a lot of attention. It's very interesting that TAXSTONE is putting it out there, to the public. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that they had this little situation, Star Brim, NORE were going back and forth. TAXSTONE obviously probably wasn't too happy about Troy Ave getting up on the Drink Champs platform and doing what he did as far as talking about his situation. So is this some kind of get back? Is TAXSTONE, salty about that and now trying to throw NORE under the bus? Is this a legitimate story? Did this really happen? If it did happen, what does this mean as far as, your opinion of 50 Cent? A lot of people out there like to call 50 a snitch. There's never been any actual, evidence that was real that I've seen proving such. But what does this do for you as far as TAXSTONE saying Noriega called 50 Cent a snitch and then said that 50 allegedly had the FBI come to Noriega's crib, in the midst of his whole beef with Ja Rule. This is a crazy situation. Again, social media just starting to catch on. I've seen people leaving comments all over, asking Nori about this situation. We'll see if he responds. It's kind of looking like, to me, he's going to be forced to respond. Enough people are probably going to catch on to this story to where, everybody's going to be asking him and people are going to want answers. So we'll see what Nori says about this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave some feedback. Make sure you also ring the notification bell. I definitely appreciate you, though. Peace.